Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Roisin Cure here with another video about sketching. It's Roisin here and I am currently a refugee in Bray on the east coast of Galway, east coast of Ireland. I have fled my home in Galway. We lost power during Storm AU Win, whatever his name is, last Thursday night, and it's only now that it's come back. So my husband and I have been having a really nice time with my parents and relaxing a lot. And I thought I would share with you a little sketch I made today when my husband and I, Marcel is his name, we went down to Bray Seafront and we went to Finbee's, which is a lovely place for a cup of coffee. And I looked out the window on this sunny day and I saw these guys settling into a chess game. And I thought, what a beautiful scene they made. The three together was such a gorgeous composition, but the light, the strong winter light, was absolutely splendid. So I wasted no time at all in getting my SketchPocket out, and Marcel did a little video of the setting. And I'm going to talk you through my approach to it today, because you might pick up something a little bit useful in terms of capturing people directly in ink and watercolour when you're out and about. Obviously, it's easier if you have a SketchPocket. More coming at the end of February, by the way. So they're available for back order at the moment from my website if you like the look of them and you want to be able to sketch wherever you are. But of course, you don't have to have one. You can just have whatever you want with you. Your pens, your paints, little container of water, and get cracking. And I did not know that I would come across these three guys. Ended up getting to know one of the guys really well. He's a lovely, lovely guy. So those are the sort of beautiful encounter that are the life of someone who just sketches wherever they are, because I went to show the sketch to the guys afterwards and they were thrilled to see it. So on with the show, and hope you pick up something useful. Well, I don't want to assume that you know what a SketchPocket is or what it's used for. So this is my SketchPocket, and this is the name. You can see it on this little cork label here, and it's made of cactus leather. I wanted to make it out of something durable, and cactus leather seems to be fitting the bill very well. It's got some nice little touches, like an upside down signature of my name, but more importantly, what's inside it? Well, it's lined in this fabric with paint tubes on it, two of my favorite colors that I painted a while back. And it has, what does it have? Well, the idea is that you keep your sketchbook in here. I'm a fiend for an A6 portrait sketchbook at the moment, but you can also fit an A5 in there as well. And it comes with these two magnetic clips. This one on the left is a slightly smaller one than the ones you get. This is the size of the ones you get, two of them. And then you can take your foodie pen. This is if you go for the filled option, by the way, because sometimes people have kit already and they don't want to buy extra. But this is the foodie pen by Sailor that comes with the filled version. And it also comes with a little sample of ink so that you have a replacement in an ink quality that's very nice. It's the Diatramentus document ink, which is fantastic. So the idea is that you draw your picture with your foodie pen, and then when you're ready to paint, you can take out your paints, which live here. And then if you're standing up and you've nowhere to sit, you can attach the paint box to the magnetic clip like that, and it won't fall off. Now, the paints that you get in the kit don't have this central row. They have that one, quinacridone magenta, but they don't have the others. I've just put them in for extra colours. So they do come with these 12 colours here. And they're by the fantastic Roman Szmal, who's a Polish watercolour, I'm going to say artiste, because he's a magician. He makes the most beautiful paints. And then you can fill up your water brushes with water into the handle. And then you can paint the whole thing without having to sit down. Now, having said that, I was sitting down today. When I did this, I was sitting down having a lovely coffee and a cinnamon bun. So it was all very lovely. I also supply a white gel pen with the kit because they are invaluable for small mistakes. And it's by Jelly Roll, which is a Sakura brand. I also keep water in my SketchPocket. This one's it's half full at the moment. And That's because I hate to run out of water in my little water brushes, which happens, happens, and then you're in a bad mood. But you can also put the A6 book in this side, you see. Now, I personally don't think it's roomy enough for both an A5 and an A6, so it's better to choose one and then, I don't know, put something else. For example, I keep a little copybook in here for when I'm doing a bit of writing, little slim copybook. And then at the front, it's got your phone and your whatever, your pocket diary, if you have ambitions, as I do, to get your life organised. And then at the back, it's got these two little security pockets, if you like, two little slots for travel cards or bank cards or whatever have you. And you can even put a passport in there. So that's what I do when I'm traveling, and it feels secure against my body. And here's the nice little strap. It's very subtle and adjustable, of course. So there you go. There's your sketch pocket. You've seen everything that goes into it. Oh, and this pen comes with, just one sec, comes with a converter so that you can fill it with the ink of your choice. And these pens also come with two little cartridges inside the barrel, but they're not waterproof, so that's why I supply you with document brown ink by Diatramentis. Okay, so let's get on with it and see how I got on. Well, I don't do much filming while I'm trying to sketch, but I'll talk you through what I did. So I'm settling down, I'm very comfortable, and I notice these guys. Now, the first thing I do is I draw their outlines, because you never know when they're going to move. And you might notice that I have left a kind of a line on the shapes where I'm going to leave the sunlight, because I do find that it's better. Obviously, the sun might go in and then you might not remember where the light went. So I'm taking the colour right up to that line that represents the sunny side of each of the figures, down the coat of the guy on the right, that's Julius as it turns out, and on the backs of the head. So the sun is coming from the right hand side, and here is me with my little sketch pocket sitting down. This is the little video clip that Marcel took. And you can see we're upstairs in this lovely coffee shop called Finby's. We did have Ruben with us, and then eventually someone noticed him, and of course we had to leave because dogs aren't allowed upstairs. But you can see I'm really deepening up the colour right next to the sunny side of each body. And I'm concentrating on painting the people from start to finish, because if I don't, they might leave. And this is what I thought was happening at this point. I thought that was the end of the chess match, but as it turns out, it wasn't. They got another game going, and I was able to, I suppose, refine a few little bits and pieces. Darkened Ulysses' face a little bit too much, I think, but and the light was very, very strong. The reflections were kind of putting me off, but as Marcel said to me, that's kind of your job. Then I decided to put in the bits and pieces around the figures, because of course they weren't going to move so much. This is the chair that I painted, very, very intense, deep Payne's grey. I suppose you could say that I kept the colours the palette quite limited. So I stuck to Payne's grey for the dark bluey grey. I put a wash all over the sky before I added the blue for the sky, and then I made the hill of Bray Head quite dark, and then I gave it a second layer on the just above the figure on the left, who's called Ben, and I put the darker layer apart from where the smoke rising from the cigarette was, because I wanted that to kind of a misty effect above the cigarette. Anyway, on and on I went, and then I figured I'd gone as far as I could. The company was getting a little bit fed up, including, well, Ruben was thrown out. So we had to leave anyway, and that was that. Well, that's the end of this little mini tutorial, I suppose, very mini, on drawing people sitting down and keeping still in strong sunlight. So if you do happen to come across people like that who look like they're not going to move for a while, jump at the chance, because they don't come around too often. And my husband was making remarks as to how the chess game was going, and wondering whether they'd be there for a while. And I spoke to Dan afterwards, the fella in the middle with the moustache, and Dan told me that those guys have been coming there every Wednesday morning to play chess together on the promenade in Bray for a great many years. I think he said it was a decade or even longer, I don't know. And it was just such a lovely tranquil scene to draw the guys playing chess, and I was very, very lucky to have stumbled across it. I've never come across such a perfect scene, so well placed. And as I spoke to Dan afterwards, and I just wanted to show them the sketch and see would they like to take a photograph of it or something. Dan told me that he too is an artist, and he showed me his work, which was just phenomenal. It was extremely skillful, and as well as being an artist, he's a musician and a potter. And I hope that before the coming month is out, me and the husband and our eldest will have a pottery session there. Sorry, my husband and my daughter and I will have a pottery session there. So I'm looking forward to that very, very much. But it just goes to show you that, you know, you if you're crazy keen on sketching as I am, you really must try and have your sketching kit with you at all times, because you never know when a situation is going to arise. And I was really lucky today. That was the second one of the day I got. So very productive from that point of view. And I was drinking a large cappuccino and eating a fresh cinnamon bun as I sketched. And I had my dear husband at my side. And of course, not forgetting dear little Reuben at my feet. So that was lovely as well. So there you go. That's the end of it. And I hope to catch up with you very soon. And of course, not forgetting Reuben, who's here with us in Bray. This is broadcasting from my mum's house in Bray, and Reuben is having a week-long sleepover with his friend Babette, who is my parents' lovely little black terrier. So Reuben and I will say thank you for watching, and have a lovely week or so until we catch up the next time. And as always, come on Reuben, happy sketching. See you next time.